New friends go.
All right, you guys, and we are back. You are watching the RuPaul's Drag Race All Stars Season 7 All Winners Season Review. I am your host, EricDevontae, and I will let my amazing co panelists introduce themselves.
What's up,
Starting
everybody? It's your
with
boy
Lawrence. You
Derek
want to go?
D.
Derek, you want to
Dollar.
go?
Can you guys hear me? You hear me good?
Yes. Yeah.
What's up, everybody? It's your boy Derek D. Dollar D. My name.
Go ahead, Lawrence.
Hey.
Beautiful introduction. Absolutely amazing.
Thanks.
So we just finished wrapping up episode 1 of All Stars, the review. So now we are going to get right into season 2, Snatch Game. And let me tell y'all, production is really expediting the process in terms of turning up the heat immediately. If these girls thought they were going to ease into this season, highly mistaken. Highly mistaken. So we open up episode 2 with Shay explaining why she picked Trinity, basically saying that Trinity wouldn't be phased and that she can bounce back easily. Do you guys feel like that was a valid reason, or it was kind of like something to boost her ego, but really she was just being strategic? What did y'all think of that?
It was a cop out, but I mean, it's early, so I guess she doesn't want to ruffle any feathers right now.
I will be mad. Mad. No, I'm not over it. And matter of fact, I'm not your friend anymore.
Period. Right. Pushes do-rag behind the ear. Absolutely. So the queens are in the room. RuPaul enters the workroom, and then he announces that we are playing the legendary Snatch Game with a twist, as per usual. And this twist is that they will not be doing one Snatch performance, but 2. So how do you guys feel about the dual Snatch Game performance?
I'm here for it.
I love it. Twice the last, twice the amazingness, twice to get it right. So no excuses, queen.
Yeah, I actually agree. I think it's sickening because if you don't have a strong first character, you can definitely fall back on the second one and amp it up. So I think it's good. And this is true all-star shit. Like, I feel like when you're on your first season of RuPaul's Drag Race, that's kind of like elementary school. Like, you need an introductory Snatch Game. But, like, once you've been established and you know how it works, you do 2 people because you are an all-star, especially as a winner. So I love it. I feel like this season is so well thought out. So we don't have a mini challenge this season. This season. We don't have a mini challenge this episode, but we do get to hop right on in and find out who the queens are doing. So we are... Shea Coulee was... How do you say her name? Elsa Majimbo?
That's what I got. Elsa Majimbo.
Elsa Majimbo. So she's Elsa Majimbo, and then Miss J. Jada Essence Hall will be Prince and Lady Chablis. Evie Oddly will be Rico Nasty and the Boogeyman. Trinity the Tug is Leslie Jordan and Satan. Monet Exchange is Mike Tyson and Martin Lawrence. Also Shanae. Jinx Monsoon is Natasha. What is going on with my mouth? Natasha Leone and Judy Garland. Raja is Madam the Puppet and Diana Vreeland.
Mm-hmm.
And then the Vivian is Joanna Lumley and Catherine Tate. So, do any of these stick out to you as either good or bad choices in the beginning?
I guess I'll just go in order. I had no idea who Elsa Majimbo is. I definitely see Miss J being funny. Prince sound good. No idea who Lady Chablis is.
Don't know idea.
Chablis. She's a very, very famous drag queen, actually. From
nice.
I want to say Georgia. I want to say Savannah, Georgia. She died like a couple of years ago. It could be a little longer than like a couple of years ago, but she's a very, very, very famous drag queen. Sorry, I just wanted to like insert that. I always wanted to meet her.
No, that's good.
But,
Thank you for educating me. Yeah, I had no
Mm-hmm.
idea. I don't know any of the Vivian's choices. And I was definitely interested in seeing how Evie Oddly, when she said, "Oh, my own rendition of what I think the Boogeyman is," I was like, "Oh Lord, this normally doesn't play out well." But you know, those were some alarming things in the beginning.
Okay, Lawrence, any standouts? Any questionable decisions?
I think that we need to just kind of give like kudos where kudos is due to Kennedy Davenport for even opening up like the box of having male characters on Snatch Game after her legendary Little Richard. rendition, which won her the episode alongside Adele. And so I mean, we've never seen that many male snatchers, I don't think ever, on one Snatch Game episode, which was great. I couldn't really engage with like a lot of them. Like I couldn't engage with like Rico Nasty. Don't drag me, but I don't know who that is at
She's
all.
still kind of up and coming.
Okay, I think that characters like that, and like Evie should kind of know too. Like characters like that, like you have to be really careful because RuPaul probably doesn't know who they are, and so it's a little young for Snatch Game. Like I would think, unless it's like a major character, like when Eureka did Honey Boo Boo. Like that's a well-known like girl, and Eureka had already previously played a baby, like and she like killed that acting challenge. I can't remember what episode it was, but she killed that acting challenge. So I think you have to be like very like strategic. As far as like the boogeyman, it feels very like, I don't know. Like I feel like Evie honestly did not have a character in mind. I'm gonna just be honest, and I feel like she just kind of like went with two characters that were odd, no pun intended. And so she just kind of was like, okay, I'm gonna kind of go with that. Jinx, I didn't know the first character. Judy Garland, I don't know like much about her. I mean, I know she's like Liza Minnelli's mom, and we saw
The Wizard of Oz, of course.
Fantastic. Yes, the Wizard of Oz, and all that kind of stuff. So that was gonna be great. But it's Jinx, so I'm not surprised. And then, yeah, I mean, I think Monet doing Mike Tyson just made fucking sense. I'm actually surprised it took this long for Mike Tyson to be a Snatch Game character on Snatch Game. I'm like, this is, oh wow, like that, like kind of makes sense. As far as her saying that she was doing Martin Lawrence, I'm like, no, you weren't. You did Shanae, which I'm well aware that Martin Lawrence was Shanae, but I'm like, you did Shanae, girl. Like Shanae is like a standalone. Like you didn't have to say like it was odd. Like I was like, okay, whatever.
I'm wondering if it was because Shanae was trademarked.
That might make sense actually.
Because remember, All Stars 6, Pandora Box was able to be, I forgot who was she portraying from Sex and the City.
Oh,
they couldn't say the character.
Samantha.
They didn't say the character, but they said the
Kim Cattrall.
Yes. So I think because Shanae is like might be, it's because Shanae might be trademarked.
Oh, that actually makes a lot of sense. Okay. For me personally, I don't feel like, I think it's an advantage even when Rue doesn't know the person, because look at Gigi Good. Rue didn't know that damn robot, but like and questioned the hell out of it. But Gigi Good was able to take it to that point just because she had enough conviction in the character. Like she really knew where she wanted to take it, and as a result, she performed it well. So I think you really have to be grounded in who it is that you're portraying. If not, it just kind of comes across as you're trying to bring yourself to this character, but like there's no merging of the two. So there were a lot of these people I didn't know. I love that Trinity decided to do Lucifer, because I immediately was worried that she was gonna have to do a dark, deep like voice. So like I was like, how's this gonna go? But I love that. I love dark humor. In regards to Jinx Monsoon, I think I know Natasha Lyonne by like the aesthetic, but I didn't worry too much because Jinx is that much of a professional that I see no need for concern. Shay, Elsa, I thought was a great choice because I follow Elsa on social media. So like her eating the chips with the glasses and her hair's never done, and she's just like saying whatever, laughing about it. Like I thought that was great and modern. Miss J, it gave me very much of Raja doing Tyra, like kind of stick to what you know in a sense. Yeah. And I love that Jada decided to do Prince because I didn't know where she was going to take it, but I was already excited at the idea of Prince being on the Snatch Game because he hasn't for whatever reason. Mm-hmm. So yeah, and of course I didn't know the Vivian's references, but that doesn't like there's been so many amazing Snatch games where I didn't know who they were doing. So that doesn't like deter me. So yeah. How did you guys feel about the discussion with Rue and the Queens when they were announcing who they were doing in the first place? Was it memorable to y'all? Did any conversations stick out in particular, or did we just keep it rolling?
We kept it rolling.
Well, nothing.
No notes, Derek?
No, nothing. It was nothing too much.
Okay. Well, let's hop right on into the Snatch game then. So the contestants were Michelle Visage and Ross Matthews. And I low-key love when it's the judges on there just because I feel like they know the contestants better than anyone else. I will say I feel like Drag Race is recycling a lot of people. Like, I've seen Nicole Byers on there so many times. And I love Nicole Byers, but there are certain people that I'm just like, breaks. Give me breaks.
Drag Lonnie Love.
Lonnie Love. I'm not fully ready for a TS break, but like a few more times, then I'm gonna be like, okay, stop Juju being certain judges. But
more TS, please. More TS Madison, please.
More TS Madison, definitely. So yeah, Shea Coulee, I want your assessments of both. We'll start with Elsa Majimbo. Lawrence, you are the stand page for Shea, so kick us off.
I thought she did okay. I mean, I don't know Elsa Majimbo. I'm not gonna lie, like I didn't know what that reference was. I just figured, okay, well, Shay's doing it, so I'm sure it's gonna be fantastic. Although it wasn't like fantastic, but it wasn't boring either. It was neither here nor there for me, to be honest. As far as Miss J, I feel like she could have like maybe taken it further. Miss J is known to be a character. Like, she has a lot of like Miss J isms, and maybe it could have been the editing, but I didn't really see that like in her. She had the look.
Down.
That's Miss J at like judging America's Next Top Model. That's her at panel. But I didn't think, and initially when I thought it, I'm like, okay, I could see Shay actually really kind of killing this. But it didn't really kind of go in like that direction for me. If this was a regular season of Drag Race, I would deem Shea Coulee safe. Towards like the bottom of the pack, to be honest. Like safe. Very safe. Okay.
Derek.
Yeah, so with Shea Coulee's choices, I thought that Shea Coulee was, so I have a top 4 and a bottom 4. I definitely think Shea Coulee is in my bottom 4. And it was just so disappointing, even though I feel like she did an exceptional Miss J and an exceptional Elsa, even though I don't know Elsa, but I think that hearing her do Elsa and the little, like, what did she say? I don't know verbatim. She was like, I used to watch your TV show in my robe. Now I'm in my robe on your TV show. And I thought that was super funny and clever and cute. And I thought that was cool. And then Miss J definitely had to look down. But it wasn't really funny to me. But definitely had to look down for both of them. But unfortunately, I feel like some of the other queens rise to the occasion, and it wasn't Shay this time for Snatch Game.
I will say, as the only person apparently that follows Elsa, that Shay knocked that out the park. Like, it's very spot on. Like, I think that, like, you would really have to go and see what's on her page to understand who Shay was and understand how spot on the imagery was. And then just kind of like not being aloof, but like, this is my world and you're just living in it. I'm feeling my fantasy at all times. I don't care what you have to say about me. That was that character, and Shay did an excellent job with that. Miss J, I feel like the mannerisms were there and the aesthetic was there, but I don't think the jokes were there. What I will say, though, is that this season so far has a respect edit. And when I say a respect edit, they don't fully show the queens in a bad light because they're really trying to honor their brands. Mm-hmm. Because you didn't see Shay as Miss J a lot. And that's probably because the jokes weren't funny, but they weren't going to make her a bottom. They were just kind of not going to showcase her. Kind of like Got Mick in that disco challenge where she was not dancing well, but they weren't ready to make her lip sync because she would have lost. So they didn't show her in the edit. That. So, okay, next up, let's move on to Jada Essence Hall, Prince and Lady Chablis. I will start because I'm the Jada Stan page. So the Prince for me was so dumb. It was so dumb. And I loved that because I didn't know where she was gonna go with Prince, because Prince is a personality, but if you do Prince to the T, if you're not performing and using a bunch of instruments, you're just shading people, and that can come off as like very harsh. So I'm glad that she took like an irreverent Prince and just make him like just so into himself, like I'm too sexy for my shirt type Prince. I thought that was funny, and I think Jada looked delicious the whole time she was doing Prince. Lady Chablis, kind of like Shay's Miss J. Ain't see her. She looks stunning, but I still don't know who Lady Chablis is. Thank you, Lawrence, for the education. But yeah, so Derek, what did you think of Jada's?
I absolutely love that. I think Jada Essence Hall's Snatch Game of Prince was the first time in the Snatch Game that I like screamed, like of this season Snatch Game. Like that was the first time when I was like anticipating, like, okay, they got some interesting characters going on. I'm really excited about this. And then I was going into it thinking it was going to be funny, and then I saw Jada as Prince, and she was like, I was like, I screamed. And that's when I knew this is about to be good. This is about to be good. And it was stupid. And the judges said it was so bad, but I thought it was so good because Prince is so like, hey, Ru, I'm sexy. I'm a man. and he's like this foot tall. Like, it's just so cute. Jada looks really cute doing it. And I thought it was cool. I have no idea who Lady
Chablis
is. So she could have told me anything and I would have believed it. But she kind of played in the background with that one. So Prince was the standout for me of the two.
Definitely. Lawrence?
Yeah, I actually did not like her Prince rendition. If I took that performance and I put it into like other like iconic Snatch Games, it wouldn't stand up. So I'm not gonna give her Prince. I'm sorry. Like, I'm just not gonna do that. As far as Lady Chablis is a character, but like I feel like Lady Chablis was old, and Jada is really young. And I feel like when you have like an age gap like that, you have to really, really, really know the character to give like that essence, no pun intended, of that person, right? Like, so I mean, it was okay as far as like the Prince. I'm sorry, like it felt lazy to me. It kind of felt like I'm gonna kind of go like the route of like Prince of just kind of being like super cool and everything like that, which Prince is super cool or was super cool. But I mean, it just felt very like I don't know. I just didn't. I don't know. Like it was good. Like, and I had like a few laughs here and there, but it wasn't like a standout like for me. But I also don't really see Jada just in general as being like a funny drag queen in general. So I don't know. Maybe I kind of went into it with that bias.
That's valid. We love a self-assessment. Keep that up all season long.
I am sexually attracted to Jada in Prince drag.
Yep. Absolutely.
Oh.
I wish that could happen somehow.
Lawrence was like,
Yeah, that was hot. I was like, Jada looks good as fuck as Prince. Let's move on to Evie Oddly, Rico Nasty, and the Boogeyman. I will kick this off. The Rico Nasty, I see where Evie was going because I feel like that's an Evie Oddly spirit animal. So I feel like it was a safe bet of kind of like, I can be Evie. And because Rue doesn't know Rico Nasty, I can still be Evie and present it as Rico Nasty, which there's some intersectionality there. A lot of it, actually. I just don't think it was funny enough. And I don't think Rico Nasty is funny in general. She's just a rocker rap personality, but we don't really know her to be funny in any way. She's just who she is. The Boogeyman, I know it probably wasn't that funny because Evie didn't get that many edits as the Boogeyman, but what she did with it was serviceable. I found out that Evie is a sexy man. And on top of it, like I like the interpretation of the Boogeyman. I think like, because I don't know what I thought the Boogeyman was, but she gave me very much like, I don't remember who the villain was on Powerpuff Girls. The one who came out the limo and was like had platform heels on and was like real sexy. That was Evie's boogeyman, and I loved that interpretation of it. So I would give that like a 2 if we were like putting it in those terms. It was not a shoot, but it was a 2. It was serviceable. Lawrence?
Pass.
On Evie altogether?
Yes.
What?
You got to give us something.
I thought that Rico, again, I have no idea who Rico Nasty is, and I'm not like a huge fan of doing people that like no one knows unless you bring like a character to them. That Rico Nasty was very annoying to me. It was annoying. Like, I did not want to see it. I did not want them to pan the camera to her. Like, I did not want like the like that's really ignorant and annoying to me, and I was just like pass. As far as like the boogeyman, like I don't know. Like, I just kind of feel like it was just like a little lazy. I'm not saying that you can't do like certain characters. Like, okay, Evie looks good. So what? Like, I didn't laugh. It was just very like. It was very like. Was it a step up from Whoopi Goldberg? Yes, it was.
Step up, Cheetah Girls
I
2.
don't think that she looked. Yeah. She actually didn't look that like bad as Whoopi. I know that sounds terrible, but really, like Whoopi Goldberg looks like that. Like, I'm not even kidding. I feel like she looks like that.
She does.
Yeah, she does. But I did it. I mean, I don't know. Like, for me, Rico Nasty, that's a boot. That's a beef and broccoli Timberland boot. And then for the other one, it's a soft 2, but very, very, very soft. Baby bottoms 2.
Derek?
So, Evie Oddly. So I think we already know that the Snatch game is not necessarily Evie's strong suit,
Right.
based off her original season. Even though she did win the season, she wasn't that good at Snatch game when she did Whoopi Goldberg. So I think I already knew. So when she said Rico Nasty, I immediately got worried because Rico Nasty is somebody way out of Rue's like genre of what he listens to, I'm sure. So when Rico Nasty came about, I was like, okay, I can see this, like you said, Eric, being like sort of like in the same spirit animal as Evie. Like if you listen to like Rico Nasty, she is like a screaming rapper, like a yeah. So it's very, I can see Evie like entertaining that and wanting to impersonate. But it wasn't funny. It was just screaming, and it did sound a little ignorant because it was just a lot of screaming and a lot of yelling and trying to be funny, and it just missed the mark for Evie. And the boogeyman, on the other hand, I thought the boogeyman was better than Rico Nasty. The boogeyman rendition of because it was very smart. It turned out to be. You don't know what the boogeyman is like, and then the little spin on boogie. Boogeyman, I really respect that. I thought that was super cute. I love like the 70s and all that, so I thought that was really 70s, 80s, 70s. Yeah, there we go.
No.
So, but I love that. And then I wanted to say this last episode, Evie is fine. Evie is a fine man.
I would have never given that to Evie on her initial season, but like I see it now. But you know, money also enhances things too. So I think she's really like on a glow up. But yeah, I see it. I thought the boogeyman was very attractive. Okay, so let's move on to Trinity the Tuck, Leslie Jordan, and Lucifer. Derek, you want to kick us off?
Yes, hands down. If Jinx wasn't in this competition, Trinity would have won that Snatch game for me. When she told RuPaul that she was going to do Satan, I was like, okay, it's gonna be like mean and dark spirited. When Trinity came out as Lucifer, and he was gay, a gay devil, I was gagged. I loved it. I did not expect the devil to be gay. I just didn't expect that at all. It's like, hey, and it was like queen gay. It was like
with the lace gloves.
Wait, does that sound bad? Am I canceled?
We don't worry about that here. We do not worry about that here.
It was the mittens, it was the tiara, it was the little pin. Call me Lucy with an I, all my friends do. It was queening out, and I just love she mentioned Christianity and just saying like the devil's gay too. Bye.
Mm-hmm. Right.
So I absolutely thoroughly enjoyed Trinity the Tuck as Lucifer, and Leslie Jordan was just so amazing. Killed it, spot on. Leslie Jordan, amazing, loved it.
Top tier.
She was good. She was good.
Top tier. Lawrence?
Yeah, it was absolutely top tier. Both of the characters were amazing. Although I don't think that she actually topped her Caitlyn Jenner. I will say that. I don't think that she did. I think Caitlyn Jenner was just
okay.
Huh?
No, I said, okay. It was interesting that you said that. I'm still listening.
Oh, for both. I don't think that she topped. I don't think that she topped like her Caitlyn Jenner. I thought her Caitlyn Jenner was Caitlyn Jenner. That was everything that Caitlyn would say if you spoke to her in person. Like the mannerisms, the look, like it was a knee slapper. The devil, like it was funny. It was funny to be like a gay devil and everything like that. The Leslie Jordan was brilliant. I will say that. Leslie Jordan was great. I think Trinity had two really, really, really strong snatch games, which I was happy to see, because sometimes she's very hit or miss, like when it comes to like comedy. She's not good at like those stand-up comedy challenges, but that snatch game, she hasn't had a bad one. I can't remember who she did for. Oh, she did Amanda Lepore, her season. See, Amanda Lepore, right? Season 9.
And the look was spot on.
Yeah, the look was spot on. I don't know if it was super funny, but it was safe. But she came through swinging with Caitlyn Jenner. She came through swinging with the devil, and she came through swinging with Leslie Jordan. So she definitely was. It was a shoot.
I felt that. I am once again just reminded how amazing Trinity the Tuck is. Like she's excellent in drag. Like she's excellent. I love the fact that like my gay ass never considered the possibility of Lucifer being gay on Drag Race, because even when she said it, I'm like, I never thought she would go that route with it. I thought she would just be dark and demonic, and I'm like, that's not going to go over well. So the fact that she took it left and just was herself, because the laugh and everything, that's Trinity. She just was dressed as Lucifer. So it was like, that was excellent. Leslie Jordan, when they got to the end of Snatch Game and Jinx busted out in song, and we will talk about that in a minute, and Jinx busted out in song, and then Trinity was like, they changed it to drag queen, I screamed.
Call it out. Call it out.
I said, you are excellent, Trinity. Yes. Period. And you know that was off the cuff. Like
they changed it to drag queen. I died.
Those are the moments in Snatch Game that make you like. That's what makes you root for like that person. You have to be smart. It's not just about like looking like the character or knowing the character. Like when Jinx did Little Edie, ain't nobody fucking knew who the hell Little Edie was but Jinx and RuPaul, maybe. Right? But she won Snatch Game. She made niggas. She made people.
Demonetization.
She made
not sharing needles.
She made people like Google who Little Edie Beale was, like, including myself. I'm like, who is this character? Like, who is this person? So I'm like, okay, like, this is good. And even when Ivy Winters, like, she was not catching those presidential puns and stuff like that. Jinx swooped right on in and was trying to save the joke. And like, what? You just have to be smart. And I think that like Trinity is one of those queens that's really, really smart at Snatch Game, especially when she's comfortable. Like I could tell that she was comfortable. She started out as Leslie Jordan, like on her knees, so she was like really, really short. And it was like, if somebody get me a booster or whatever the hell she said.
Yes.
And
I'm
he
like, this
pulled
is
her up.
so, yeah. And we've seen Leslie Jordan on the show. So even if you haven't seen like maybe his work, you've seen him as like a guest judge. He is really short. And the look was crazily spot on. She knows how to manipulate the hell out of some makeup. I don't know how the hell she does what she does, but she looks like these people like in real time. So
Trinity
yeah.
is well
When
said,
she,
Lord.
as
Yeah.
Leslie Jordan said, when she said magnums, I'd scream. She was like, "Yeah, a condom, magnums." I was like, "Oh my god!" To fit on my head. Oh my god, she was just perfection.
She's incredible. Shout outs to Trinity.
Yeah.
All right, well, since we kind of eased into it, let's go to Jinx Monsoon. And to be honest, a masterclass in Snatch Game was the perfect way to describe what she did. Now, what I look, I'll wait for him to catch himself. Yep. Period. Give her things. Give Jinx her things,
Jinx
and make it plural.
Amazing.
I will say at first, Natasha Lyonne wasn't the one for me, and I kind of was worried that Jinx was kind of succumbing to the pressure of surpassing Little Edie, because it wasn't like straight out the gate, oh my god, this is hilarious. It wasn't like a deadpan type situation, but it wasn't like Jinx. But baby, when we got to Judy Garland and she said, is this my camera?
Yes.
And started making public service announcements and singing RuPaul songs.
Yes.
And then coming back into conversation. Jinx Monsoon is the motherfucking moment.
Give her the crown.
The reference back to season 5 of that veteran saying that he thinks he killed Judy Garland, and bringing that full circle was literally, I think, what like literally cemented her one notch above Trinity. Because it could have gone to Trinity, because Trinity had 2 strong Snatch games, whereas I think that Jinx had like a middle of the road one with Natasha Lyonne, but then a stellar one with Judy Garland. So it could have really been like a toss up, honestly. But the way Jinx again, like, reminding us, like, just, I don't know how someone is so good at Snatch. Like, again, I feel like last episode was Shea Coulee's episode to win. It was her episode to shine. It was her episode to be the front runner. This episode is custom made for Jinx Monsoon. Like, it was tailored to her. And I feel like production is trying to get us to ease our way into, like, these are who are going to be, like, the ones to look out for. So it wouldn't surprise me if next week Raja or somebody like that is a design challenge or something, and Raja is like, you know, that girl.
Oh yeah, because it's a ball.
There we go. There we go. Exactly. So I mean, I think that's like it, but that Judy Garland to that, and we've seen phenomenal Snatch games. We've seen Donald Trump. We've seen Kathy Bates from Bag of Chips as Misery. We've literally seen like so many iconic Snatch games, so many, and Judy Garland somehow surpasses all of them. That's not easy. And Jinx did it with ease. Like, it looked like it was like, I do this every day, which she probably does. I would have loved to have seen her and Ben Della Creme in a Snatch game together. That
would be excellent.
Beyond excellent. Beyond excellent. No one is ready for something like that. Nobody. Including RuPaul.
had been in it and did whoever Ben was gonna do, and then Jinx had stayed as Judy Garland. If Alexis Michelle would have came in as Liza Minnelli, I would have loved to see how they played off each other.
What?
That would be head busting. But Derek, take the floor. How did you feel? I mean, you gave her things, but give her some more.
Jinx blew my mind. I cannot, but Jinx was clearly the evident front runner of this episode.
Yeah.
I feel like she's going to be the front runner of the season. As long as they keep putting her in situations like this to win, and she keeps bringing it, she is so clever. Like you said, that full circle moment from season 5 was just so witty and smart to do. Rue got it. Rue found everything funny. Ross and Michelle found everything funny. I just think Jinx is just so smart and so talented and just a theater head. It was a complete transformation. I don't know how much time they had to switch between characters but Natasha to Judy Garland. It was the moment Rue was like, well, what is over the radio? Well, it's a set, dear. It's not. It's not real.
Like...
It's very good to be here. It's very good to be anywhere, really. I've been dead for quite some time. I screamed. I had to keep rewinding it back because I was like, she has me on my neck right now. Like this, it was. All the pauses that she was doing, she was like, and I'd like it to where are these mics coming from? Like, and I'd like to take her, is this my camera? Like, it was just great. It was great. And Sandwich, I feel like I was supposed to say something filthy. She's just perfection. And Bendela Grimm and Jinx go on tour together often, or at least they have in the past.
And they have a podcast, I believe.
Yeah, they do.
So I think they can get some magic from there. But Jinx really ate it up. Like she and Natasha, I'm not too familiar with who that is. Natasha Lyonne, and it was funny. But Judy just shooting star, perfection.
It's gonna take some years before someone surpasses that. It's gonna take years.
Yeah,
and it probably won't be a regular season. Okay. Let's move on to Monet Exchange. Mike Tyson and Martin Lawrence, for the sake of copyright, I suppose. Monet Stampage. A fucking ass. I thought the Mike Tyson was really good. The tattoo, the teeth, and just the hyper masculinity, ripping the shirt off and everything was just so good. Everything. I think they cut it out a little bit, but I think he was eating Monet was eating a prosthetic ear. Did anybody else catch that? Yes.
It was so good. They kind of like glimpsed it. It was like 0.5 seconds, but it was really good. Monet did really good. She's definitely in my top 4 for the Snatch Game. And I thought Martin Lawrence, Shanae was very, very funny. Everything was so spot on. She's like, you want to know why? Because I'm not a drag queen. I'm a lady. So I thought that was really good. Monet did a really good job. Her seasons, Maya Angelou and Whitney Houston, meh. But these were good. This is all-star quality. These were good.
Yeah. Lawrence, you want to go next?
Yeah, I agree. I think that the Mike Tyson one that had me off. Like, I was just like, I can't believe it even took this long to do a character like Mike Tyson. And Monet, oddly enough, looked so much like Mike Tyson to me. Like, that was Mike Tyson. I'm like, he's hilarious. Like, that was funny. Martin Lawrence, that wasn't funny to me, which was that wasn't my happiest moment, because everyone knows that Shanae is literally the moment. It was like, it wasn't like, oh, Like, Shanae is hilarious. She's the most recognizable character out of the entire TV show, of any character that Martin plays. So it was just kind of like, really? Like, this is. I would have rather you started with Shanae, because that was like a little weird, and ended with Mike Tyson. With that. But I believe that Mike Tyson was playing off of. I don't know if she was playing, if he was playing off another character at one point, like in that first
Yes.
round. So maybe
Yes.
that has something to do with like, yeah, like what she did. So Mike Tyson was a shoot. Shanae was a soft tooth for me.
For me, Monet is one of the queens that really brings blackness to Drag Race, and I love and respect that, because you know that the white, Asian, Hispanic fandom doesn't know Shanae. That was a black moment. So most people will be like, that wasn't funny, I don't get this. But if you watch that show, you understand the nuances, you understand the voice, you understand the long acrylics, the braid, the side. You understand that, and I commend Monet for always bringing culture to Drag Race, because it's like her, Simone, Shay. There are certain girls that bring that to Drag Race. So while Shanae, I agree with Lawrence saying it wasn't like hardy har, but I did laugh because it was nostalgic and I understood those references. Mike Tyson was excellent. I'm not even gonna like be redundant and repeat all the things you guys said, but it was excellent. Absolutely excellent. And I found Monet so attractive as Mike Tyson. I don't know why, but something about her, I was just like, Monet, I find like someone who can be goofy is very attractive to me, but Monet just did it very well. So shout outs to Monet for that one. Let's move on to Raja. Well, I represent that stand page too. I'm more active on Jada's, but I really love Raja. So Madam, in terms of execution, give Raja her things. She was a real puppet on that Snatch game and committed. The arms, the prosthetics,
Yep.
everything. Even the jokes that didn't fully land, she was still so committed that I was a believer through and through. And I didn't grow up in the era of Madam, but I know the reference. So like I love that Raja did that. Diana Vreeland, I love that everyone was saying that she was spot on. I'm familiar-esque with her. It just wasn't super funny to me. So I commend her on always being like great with her eyes and aesthetics. I think it was kind of like middle of the road, but Madam has her like higher in the middle of the road. She's not a top, but she's not a bottom. She's safe. And I can appreciate that. I'll move to Lawrence.
Yeah, I won't be like too long with this. I think that Madam was a great character for Raja to play. Even if you weren't familiar, everybody loves puppets. Like, I mean,
yeah,
funny. The look was spot on. Again, what these girls do with makeup and all that kind of stuff is amazing. And then who was the other one? Oh, Diana Vreeland. Yeah, I agree with what you said, Eric. Like, it was funny. I think the look was spot on. Like, after I kind of like Googled, like, okay, let me remember like who she is. Because I've heard of her before. She was actually done on Snatch Game before as well. I think it was Robbie Turner that did Diana Vreeland.
You're right.
Season 8. Yeah, she was done before. I think that Raja did it much better. She looked like her.
Yes.
Much better. Yeah, but I think that the Madame was like a number 4 in the ranking, like for me, for Raja. So I would give like Madame a 2, and I would give Diana Vreeland a soft 2.
So like a number 4 out of like the queens and how they fall.
In the ranking. Yeah.
Got it.
So she's in my top 4, but she's at the bottom of my top 4. Yeah.
Got it. Derek, go ahead.
So just very quickly, I loved Raja was definitely in my top 4 for Snatch Game this season. I think that I wasn't too familiar with Madam and or Diana Vreeland,
Breland? Yeah.
but she made me look them up, and I think that's so important. References, gay culture references is amazing, and I'm thoroughly impressed because Roger seems like somebody who is pretty quiet, chill, and doesn't do all the theatrics and but when she was impersonating the puppet, it was very, if you guys rewatch it, she was lively, like she was theatrical. It was a lot. She was coming out of her seat, like doing the most. Like, I'm not used to so much energy from Raja in that way. So I was very happy that she stepped it up from her Tyra Banks snatch game that she did in her original season. This was a bunch of notches up for me. Diana Vreeland, again, giving props to her makeup skills. She looked just like her. The painting, the wrinkle, the everything was just so elegant, and purple mittens, and everything was just so spot on. And the prosthetics from Madame, it was perfect for me. It was perfect.
I love that.
High energy. We love that.
So let's move on to the Vivian, Joanna Lumley and Catherine Tate. Lawrence, you want to kick us off?
Yeah, I don't really have much to say about that. They were both soft suits for me. Funny, but if I'm comparing her to her Donald Trump character, they were both boots for me. She wasn't in my top.
Derek?
I don't have much on the Vivian. I enjoyed her. She was in my bottom 4, but some of her jokes were kind of, I love the accent for me, but she kind of faded in the background.
For me, I don't feel like I walked away knowing anything about them, and I wasn't intrigued enough to do research about them. Mm-hmm. And I think the Vivian not only is still trying to find her comfort in U.S. soil, but also she has, that reputation of having one of the greatest snatch games ever. So, that's 2 things going against you. So I think what Lawrence said when we reviewed episode 1, she hasn't found her stride, and it's just going to take some time. Lucky for her, she doesn't have a chance of getting eliminated. But she has to get out of her head because the Vivian is sickening. I just think that she's comparing herself to other people when she needs to compare herself to herself. She can do this, though. She can. She just has to find her stride. So, yeah.
It was absolutely great. Thank you. It's been amazing.
Right. That Donald Trump was top tier. If you could do that, you can do anything. She just has to believe it. So... Post snatch game, how did you guys feel about the commentary in the workroom? Did anything stick out to you? Were any of the girls a little delusional about their placements?
Can I just say this was the best snatch game I've seen ever? This was the best snatch game there has ever been in RuPaul's Drag Race history.
Yeah.
Am I alone?
No,
I agree.
This was the best.
Because there are some iconic moments there are some iconic people that could have been, if you would have put Kennedy Davenport's Little Richard in here, Ben De La Creme in here, it would have just been a lot. But because everyone was pretty much comfortable in who they were, that's what made the caliber so exquisite. So shout outs to them. This season is all excellence. Excellent.
Yeah.
So let's take it to the runway. Category is the pleather principle. And I found it weird that they were doing pleather, but I also remember PETA is a thing. So I understand. But yeah.
Oh yeah, that's a thing? You think that was really the
RuPaul and Co are always trying to be ahead of progressive conversations because you better get in front of it or else you're gonna be behind it and you don't want to get left behind. So Ru has had to really alter his way of thinking and other things because I'm pretty sure Ru is probably pleather. Do I look forward to you? But
that's
he's not
why
gonna
they
have
changed
leather
to
on
the
the
drag
runway.
queen.
So yeah. All right. Let's hop into the looks. RuPaul's look on that runway. Gorgeous. Gorgeous. What are you about to say, Derek?
I didn't like the hair. You guys live for the hair? Maybe I need to see it again.
Love that hair. The coiffed, sculpted little short do.
This is the oldest I might have seen RuPaul look.
I think that's why I liked it. It was like super age appropriate.
Yeah, but she always looks so good. I just didn't like the hair this time.
Wow, that kind of hurts my heart.
Well,
Lawrence, how'd you feel
guess
about
what,
the look?
Mimi? We did.
You said what now?
How did you feel about RuPaul's look?
RuPaul always looks gorgeous. I haven't seen an off day yet. Except for one of the earlier seasons, she had like a wig under a wig where I could see the color of the wig underneath like the wig, and it was like this fly got to be spray sheen moment, and I hated it. But I think that's when she was still getting done by Matthew Anderson. Not that he's a terrible makeup artist or anything, but I mean, those earlier looks don't even compare to what the hell RuPaul is doing nowadays. So, yeah, RuPaul always looks gorgeous.
Shout outs to Raven and Delta when she was there. Okay.
Not anymore.
Not anymore. Let's start with Raja. Actually, I have footage. All right, let's start with Monet Exchange. Lawrence, kick us off.
Yes, it's a shoot.
It's a shoot.
Mm-hmm. It's a shoot.
Derek.
Monet usually never looks good on the runway, but she looks really, really good here.
Wait. I'm sorry. Wait. Say it again.
What did I just say?
I don't know. I felt like I heard Monet usually never looks good on the runway, but here.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah, that's what I said. Yeah, Monet usually never looks good on the runway, but she looked really, really good here. Yeah, Monet changes everything.
Drag her with her own entrance line.
No, I mean she looked really good. I mean that looked really, really good with the wig and everything. We've seen it a million times before, but it was done right here. That brown is beyond anything ever. I'm obsessed with that look. That looks really, really good.
Feel that. Okay, Derek.
There will be no Monet Exchange hate, slander, or anything of that nature. I love Monet. And I thought this was really good. I really love this brown on her. I thought the hair and the makeup looked really well. I think she posted pictures of it, and you can kind of see there's some gold detail in her hair and on the eyes. I thought was really cute. Again, a kitty cat wig was the option for the night. It was no other option. And then the giant bow, fake abs. It was cute. That was really cute. She did a good job.
Monet looks like my picture on this flyer with more money. It's chocolate.
The brown. It's chocolate.
Brown. It's delicious. It's Monet. It's I agree with Lawrence. Monet doesn't have that mini runway highlight moments, like All Stars, I feel like was a boost for her, definitely. But like she's not super runway. If anything, I feel like on the pit stop she was giving better looks mostly than most of her seasons.
Yes,
I agree.
yes.
I
Where
agree.
were those looks on the
I
season?
agree.
I'm like, wait,
She didn't have the
Monet,
money.
God, like,
She didn't have the Monet.
child,
Yeah,
listen.
yeah, choices. But I think she looked amazing. I think she looked absolutely amazing. Let's move on to Raja. I personally loved that pleather snakeskin combination of that red. I mean, first off, red is my favorite color. And with the blue and then the heels and the straps and the hair and the hat. I loved that. I loved it. I loved that. It's a toot for me. It's a solid toot. Derek?
I'll hop in here and say that I liked Raja's look. It was, she definitely knows how to work a runway. Like she owned that jacket. Did she make this? I wonder, did she make this? I absolutely love that.
Maybe.
It was the coat for me. It was the coat for me. And then the tie up, the lace up boots, everything. I love.
Absolutely. Lawrence.
Boot.
You gave it a boot?
You love her boots?
That's a boot. No, sweetie. That was a boot. Boot.
I can't believe
like,
you said that's a
off the runway
boot. What are you looking at? Are we even watching the same season?
No,
I'm
sweetie,
trying to
we're on
figure out
All
if we
Star
actually are
7.
watching the same season. Because honestly, like, you guys gave Evie Oddly's entrance look a boot, but Raja basically did this in pleather. And
Are you kidding me? I know you motherfucking lying.
At all. No, I'm not. Did you see episode 1 of All Star 7 when Raja came out looking the way that she looked? And now episode 2, that's what you delivered on the runway? Honey, that's a boot. Again, if I'm comparing yourself to yourself, that's a boot. There's nothing like special about what Raja did. And honestly, I feel like that was a little disappointing. It felt very lazy for what Raja gives, like, especially like on the runway. It gave very much like episode 1 where she wore that atrocious outfit with the bob for that performance. Oh, put that in air quotes, performance. Like, it just was like, I don't even oh God. It's a no from me, dog.
I hate that you hate Raja.
I don't hate Raja.
You want her to quit?
No.
You want her to go.
No. She's
Absolutely.
fabulous. I expect more, though. I will say that.
Let's move on to Trinity. I will start. I thought this look was delicious. I thought it was so tasty. There are certain fashions that I see and I'm like, I can taste what this would taste like. And that was cotton candy. It was all the bubble gum. It was just gumdrops, Candyland, all the sweet stuff. And I like that Trinity's interpretation is always Trinity and different. She could have gave you pageant, however, she could have spun that. But she gave you a little North Face bubble coat moment. Color palette was amazing. The high ponytail was cute. I enjoyed it. It's a toot for me. Derek, you want to go next?
Yeah, it was a toot for me as well. I thought it was really cute. I thought the colors were nice together. I think it was really fun, mostly. I thought it was really fun. The way she pranced down, I thought the jacket was just everything. But I have to point out what Aquarius said at the Roscoe's viewing party. They were talking about Monet and Trinity's outfits after the runway, and they said Trinity was like, well, they definitely won the same crown. And I thought that was so shady.
Wait, why? Shady. What was the connection?
I took it as Aquaria was saying, well, both their outfits are trash. I think both of their outfits are trash. Or maybe it might have been they did the viewing party for episodes 1 and 2 together. So I don't know if it was the first episode's runway, but I just have to point that out that Aquaria said, well, yeah, they definitely won the same crown, basically alluding to both of their fashions or shit.
There are times where Trinity outdresses Aquaria.
Ooh, Dragon.
Yeah, I'm like trying to figure out like what. Anyway, let's just continue, please.
Because if we talk it,
I'm
quick
over.
harken back.
I'm
Because
over it.
Trinity's finale look from her All Stars with those teacups, Aquaria would get chewed in a lot of them outfits. And Aquaria has great fashion sense, but don't play.
But Aquaria is the runway model girl. She's the fashion queen of all queens.
She's great. Aquaria is great, but don't play Trinity.
Yeah,
Yeah, they definitely won the same ground. It's great.
Oh well, they also don't get along on social media, so that makes sense.
Oh really?
Yeah, like I watch
didn't
these
know that.
RuPaul review channels, and they've gone back and forth before because Trinity's very outspoken, and so is Aquaria because Aquaria's really young. So like, I don't know the ins and outs of it, but they've had their moments. But enough about them. Back to us, Lawrence.
Who are we talking about again?
Trinity.
Oh yeah, that's a toot from me. Not a shoot, not a boot, but it's a toot. It was cute. I kind of wish that she would have given us like a pageant pleather look. That's what you do, and I feel like that would have been just much more All-Star 7 and less All-Stars 4. Her look kind of reminded me of like another iteration of like that bubblegum look that she did in All-Stars 4, where she like looked like chewed up bubblegum.
Yes.
It was like
yeah,
it kind of reminded me of that, maybe like a cotton candy version of it. So it kind of gave me a little deja vu. So I was like, I need you to give on a little bit more. But it was a toot. She looked pretty.
She did say that we weren't getting much body from her this season, so enjoy this moment. So I guess it's about to be a lot of pageantry and a lot of like outside the box thinking. So we'll see what she gives. But let's move on to the Vivienne. Lawrence, kick us off.
So Vivienne, what does she wear?
That red with the huge shoulder pads.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, absolutely. It was giving me Russia versus the world. Communism is on the way. Like, I was completely living for that. She did a great job bringing like that culture from like that part of the world over here. And I think that's what it was very much the Vivienne. Like, it was very much like how I would expect drag to kind of look on like over the pond, across the pond. So I want to give it a shoot because I feel like I've seen something like that before on Drag Race, but I would definitely give it like a hard toot. Like, it was definitely like a toot.
For me, I feel like when I heard you say you've seen it before, I feel like material-wise, it's Valentina's brown jumpsuit. Remember when Valentina had that brown jumpsuit that was from like here down?
Yes.
It's very that type of material. I just think it's like two concepts. One is more cocktail hour. The other one is like we're going to war, but this is like a dinner party too. So like, I think that's the juxtaposition there. I really like the look. I mean, like I really go up for a red look. I just think that I wish there was something extra to it. I don't know what though. Because it's not something that you could have stoned. Because I feel like stoning that would have cheapened it somehow. But like, I don't know if it need like laces or something. Like, I just felt like it was kind of just, but it looked great. So it's a toot for me. It's a solid toot. Derek, what do you think?
Vivienne, right?
Mm-hmm.
Shoot, I love it. I love an all red number. I love a hat with large shoulder pads. This is how you do category is shoulder pads.
Take note,
Queen.
season 14.
Yeah, this is it. It fit her body perfectly. I love the colossal boots, or the heels. It was super cute. I would love something like that in like whatever would fit and complement my body. I loved it. I thought it was hot.
Next up, let's do Evie Oddly.
This will be quick.
Oh, she did the anime. It took me a second to remember her look. What I will say is that's a testimony. I feel like Evie is blending in. Granted, we're only on episode 2, but like Evie is such an oddity, pun intended, that I'm really waiting for her to exercise that. Like that's her superpower, and I feel like she's not living in that. I feel like maybe she is currently in her head, and probably, but you know, I like that she brings that. I like that Evie knows her brand and it always makes sense. I just want her to find a way to elevate the brand now. Like, it's cool to be who you are, but like, find a way to make it All Star 7 all winners. And I don't think she figured that out. By the way, I'm very against flats on the runway. I don't care what look you're going for and how much sense it makes with the look, make it drag.
Mm-hmm.
So,
you better
yeah.
throw some motherfucking glitter on that.
Lawrence, go ahead.
What did you fucking say?
Yeah, I agree. I agree with everything that it is that you said. They said that it was an anime fantasy. I was not invited to that fantasy. And I kind of feel like Evie, like if it's gonna be anime, I need kimchi. I need Sakura. Like I need like the works.
Anime
And
on
again,
acid.
it felt lazy. I'm sorry. Like I just felt lazy. It felt like just because you like hold your hands out and you walk down the runway like a fucking scarecrow, it doesn't make it. It doesn't sell it. It doesn't make it like, oh, this is like like it's not. And if somebody else would have worn that, again, like I'm sorry, but like if Shea Coulee would have worn that down the runway, they would have chewed her up and spit her out. You know what I mean? But it's always kind of like, well, Evie Oddly is like odd. Yeah, but there's a difference between being odd and being really good and it being just not up to par. And it just wasn't up to par, even for Evie. Like you can't like I'm not accepting this. Like if this was season 11, fine. Like fine. But we're in an all-winner season. Like that's it. And I agree with Eric 100%. If you're gonna do something that's flat, that platform better be from here to like literally like
The
the
lights.
30th floor. It needs to be high and uncomfortable. I feel like that's the drag element. Like otherwise it's like what it was giving Willow Pill like entrance look with the flip-flops that were like what's happening here? No. It's a boot.
That's a bump. Derek?
I didn't. I like Evie a lot. I just didn't care for the anime balloon hair type of situation going on. I really didn't care for it. I really like Evie, so I just don't care for the anime look.
I like
For
Evie
the
too.
record,
She
that's
has
the
a hair
only part
style.
that I actually liked about
The
her
hair?
look was the hair. That was it.
That was
Everything
the
else,
only thing that made it drag. Everything
Yeah.
else could have been very much like, I got this at Halloween Town and it was on sale and the hair was the added element. And I don't feel like you should rely on one part of your outfit to be the thing unless it's extraordinary. And it wasn't extraordinary because we've seen so many people play with different type of hair textures, wax, plastic, balloon. So I don't know. I love Evie, but she's not in her stride yet. Let's move on to my girl, Jada Essence Hall. This outfit, I want it now. That outfit was gorgeous. The color of it, the hair, the bantu knots, the baby hairs, it didn't even look like a wig was on her head. I don't know who's Jada's team, but whoever made that wig, excellent. Jada looked beautiful. Jada Pinkett could never. Jada Pinkett, even at the Oscars, sitting in the audience watching Will slap Chris, could never do that. And I stand by that. It's a shoot.
It's a shoot. It's a shoot for me. I really think that she just was so hot. HAWT. This was fire. The Blade Matrix reference just looks so good. I love a trench, even if it's hot. I really do just love a trench, especially if it's leather. I love this look. I would wear this to the club tonight.
Yes.
And
yes.
the hair and makeup was just perfect. She's She ate that up. She might be my favorite of the night.
I agree. I love that outfit and everything about it. Lawrence?
It's a 2, for sure. I definitely think that Jada's hair and makeup was super fantastic. Again, looked like it was going on her scalp. Like, however they do this blending, they need to teach the girls because I don't know what's happening there. The outfit looked great on Jada. It really did. I just don't feel like it's like, I don't know. Like it I don't know. It was a 2. I really did like it, and I liked it on Jada. I feel like I'm starting to almost, like, it's the wrong term to use, but I feel like I'm almost kind of feeling like almost kind of sorry for her. So it's like I'm kind of like just kind of tossing her like kind of something. I don't know if it was the first episode that kind of made me feel that way, but it just kind of feels like it's a little bit like, I know what she has to offer. Again, I always go back to like that purple look from like that purple run. Like, it was just so high drag. It was just so elevated. I don't know. It was a 2. Like, she definitely looked really, really good. Like, in it. Yeah, I like it. I love the hair. I think she probably had the best hair of everyone there. Oh gosh, I love that hair. I loved it. And it was nostalgic because it was like it was a moment, and she was feeling herself. She sold it to me. I will say that she definitely sold it to me. No matter how I felt about the outfit, I was like, okay, Jada, catch your stride. It wasn't my favorite of the night, but it's a 2 for sure.
To go back to what you just mentioned, I feel like the younger queens are having a harder time finding their stride, maybe because they haven't had as much time as a Jinx and a Raja to really establish who they are with the time gap. Jada doesn't really have a gap under her. What does she have? 2 seasons and US time? And Evie has 3. I felt like maybe it was a little premature for them to come back. I still think they're sickening, and I love Jada, and I will root for her regardless of what it looks like.
Yeah.
But I do think that they are babies with, like you said earlier, they're with wolves. And they're sickening in their own ways, but I think they need time to like really heighten their perspective and all that stuff. But you know, we're only on episode 2, so they're not out the game. Shit, nobody out the game. You can't get eliminated. Let's
Can I
move
add
on.
really quickly that Jada is so we were so used to seeing pageantry from her on her season, and it's just really cool to see her do something outside the box from what we're used to seeing her do. That was it.
I'll definitely agree with that for sure. Yeah.
Absolutely. Let's move on to Shea Coulee. Lawrence, kick us off.
It hurts my heart to say this, but
it's got to be real. Carolyn voice.
No. Oh my god. This was the biggest like blue balls moment of the entire like night. I don't know what I was expecting, but I was expecting just fabulosity. And I absolutely did not get that. I would actually venture out to say that Shea was my least favorite look of the night. I didn't appreciate that. And
Lawrence looks so stressed right now.
The stress.
No,
You're stressed.
I love Shea Coulee. And again, if this was like season 9, fine. Like it might suffice, like, fine. But even on season 9, I feel like that would be a safe. I'm like, wait, Shea, like this is what's happening here? Like I know, Mama, you could do more than a leotard and like a face mask. Now, granted, what was written on it, I'm sure, was the message that she was like trying to like convey. I can't even remember what was written, but she always has something dynamic, like an element that's like quintessential Shea to it, so it kind of elevates a little bit. But oh no, Shea! I'm like, why did she do this? Like, this is, she's probably trying trying to psych out her competition. I'm gonna go with that. She's trying to psych them out so that way she doesn't get the plunger. Smart. So maybe it is my favorite look of the night. No, I'm kidding. It's not.
I must say, you are selling delusion.
It's a boo. It's a boo.
Derek.
No, it is.
I will just say,
convince myself.
So I'm going to just, I have nothing to say other than what the wise woman once said to another young lady, Tyra Banks. Tiffany, I'm extremely disappointed in you. This is a joke to you. You've been through anger management. You've been through your grandmother getting her lights cut off so you can have a swimsuit for this competition. And you come up here and you wear a leather cat suit from Party City or Amazon. I am done. I was done. I was like, oh, how could you, Shay? You knew better than that.
Yeah. Hey.
She's still that girl, but I was unimpressed.
Yeah, from the minute she turned the corner, my face dropped. Because with Shay, she's one of those queens that builds anticipation. So when you know she's next on the lineup, you're like, what is it? What is it? What is it? Once I saw that right thigh was just exposed with like brown skin, a heel, and then like a leotard and some, I said, girl, no. Go back and put on another outfit before they see you. And it just, no, it's a boot. It's a boot. It's a boot.
It's a boot.
It's a boot.
Worse than
It's
the
a
night.
boot.
Probably.
And it's not a boot because it looked bad on her. It's a boot because I'm comparing her to herself. Like, and this is how dare you come out that first episode with that runway, and then the very next episode, this is excuse me. I would have given your ass the plunger just for doing that shit too. Like, what is this? No, Shay, that's not gonna work.
No, and please don't ever do that again, Shay. But this is a Shay Kool-Aid Stan review page. But no, absolutely not. Let's move on to Jinx Monsoon. Derek, kick us off.
I don't know what it is with her and Ben de la Creme doing these old lady Mary Poppins, Adele type of looks. They were old maiden type of shoes. And she said that those shoes should have been worn on a beautiful woman. If that's the case, she should have put them back on the rack, and she should have never even purchased them because she was unqualified. They were old maiden type of gowns. Very cartoonish, very Disney princess. But it was kind of cool. It was kind of cool that it was all leather. The inside was still all leather. But I mean, because it was all leather, I'll give it it was cool to make all leather. But other than that, it was old maiden type of looks, and I'm not here for it.
And that's on Gemma's back. Yo,
my belly hurts.
I'm gonna echo everything Derek just said. That's it, Lawrence.
I like Jinx's to be honest. I feel like, especially for it being pleather, it was well constructed. Like, I thought, like, I like the flow, like, of it, although I do agree with you. We have to hold everyone to the same standard. I need something different. Not something more, something different from Jinx. Because she's already proved herself. By the way, she won one of the hardest seasons to win of RuPaul's Drag Race. So it's nothing to prove per se. It's more just like I need. But I would still give it a 2. I think comparatively speaking, she had one of the best looks of the night to me. It was on brand. She sold it. It was beautifully constructed to her body. I would give it a 2.
You know, I agree with Lawrence in that sense. Like, I want Jinx to venture out. Like, I know that her brand is to do the whole, like, old matronly, like, Bonnie or Bo Peep type, like, that type of thing. but like I don't.
Uh,
It's not my preferred aesthetic, and that's why I would boot it. Not because it's not quality, not because it's not that. It's just like, give me something else. Give me something else, and I don't really like it. But like execution was great. She doesn't look cheap. She doesn't look bad. I'm just kind of like the little Bo Peep phase for me is it's never gone up. So like that's kind of my feelings on that.
Stop saying Bo Peep, please. I can't with the Bo Peep.
But you see the reference and you see the sheep. I mean, come on.
She just needed the umbrella, the little pleather umbrella to twirl around.
And she could have flew up. And that's the thing. So, you know, hey, it is what it is. But so we find out that our winners are or our top two queens are Trinity the Tuck and Jinx Monsoon. Do you guys agree?
Yes, they got it right.
Yes.
Absolutely. Yes. Okay, so we know Trinity has been blocked by Shay. But you know, she still has the opportunity to win $10,000. And they are lip syncing to Rumor Has It by Adele. And Jinx won that as well. What did you guys think about the lip sync?
Isn't it funny that she does look like Adele?
In that outfit?
So this is what I'm saying. But that's exactly what I was going to say. They do it on purpose. That's not coincidental that Jinx won the Snatch Game episode. The freaking lip sync song is Rumor Has It by Adele. She practically looks as matronly as Adele. And it's like really a song that you can be campy like with, and Jinx is all camp, right? And even the edit itself, like Trinity, I don't think that she would have won just in general, but they kind of edited Trinity to kind of make it look like she didn't know how to like lip sync or something. I was like, wait, what's going on here? I know she can't get a Legend Star, but damn, like, is she actually doing that bad next to Jinx? Because you're the body, yaddy, yaddy, the Holy Trinity and stuff. Like, give me some pop lock and drop it. It was just very much like she was kind of tripping over herself, or she was just kind of, and then every edit to Jinx was kind of like RuPaul laughing at what Jinx like was saying. So it was like, I'm not gonna say that she didn't win the lip sync. I definitely think that she did win the lip sync. But I'm just like, damn, like, I'm telling you, these things are like that was beyond coincidental to me. But I do think that Jinx absolutely deserved that entire episode. I think no matter what, Jinx should have actually gotten paid for that Julie Garland. Like, she should have just gotten paid. Some type of check, some type of something, because that's going to bring in the viewers. We're never going to forget that. That's the best in RuPaul. And she just put a whole bunch of money in RuPaul's bank account with that. Like, pay her a check. If she would have lost the lip sync and Trinity won the 10K, give her a 5K check just for the Judy Garland. That's it. Right. But Jinx absolutely, and Jinx did it right. She blocked Shay. She did it the right way. She knows what the hell is coming up. There's a design challenge coming up, so you could either block Shay or Raja. Really kind of any of them, because they all make their own stuff, except Evie. I'm pretty sure she's not going to win. But like the rest of them, like they'll pretty much like demolish, I'm sure, a design challenge. So, but she got it right. She blocked Shay. She got it right. That means that Shay can't win a Legend Star, even if she wins that design challenge, right? I'm getting that right. Okay, yeah.
Right. She can get $10,000. Yeah. No star. So.
Yeah. No, that's good.
I agree, actually, and I thought the same thing about the edit. I didn't think that they were making it seem like Trinity couldn't lip sync, but I was just like, RuPaul, like, production has this way of editing where you know who wins, and I don't like when they do that. I'm like, you need to make sure there's ample screen time, so it's always a guessing game until it's announced, or else it's no fun for the viewer. I also, once again, that respect edit, because Trinity's wig slipped at a point, and you saw her collecting it.
Yes.
So, I mean, and shit happens.
I think they did that. Well, not with Trinity though. That's the thing. Like that, not with like these legend. Like you don't want to see like your fave, like do that. And I think that production knows, like in an all-winner season, like they're gonna have hell to pay if like things are like kind of edited in a way where it's like, unfavorable like to the queen. So that's why I'm thinking, like, was Trinity's lip sync actually that bad? Which I'm guessing in my mind it was. Ooh, that was Trinity. I'm guessing in my mind it was. Like, I don't know. Oh, she's like, stop talking about me, bitch.
Derek.
So I'll go in and say that first of all, I miss the desperation in the lip sync battles. Like I miss when they were like fighting for their lives to stay in the competition. Now they're just like, yeah, now right
like
now
a
it's
Nina
like,
Bonina.
yeah, now it's like rumor and now it's like, okay, I'm staying in the competition, it doesn't matter or whatever. I just won $10,000, which is a big deal. But I miss the desperation, the June Jambalaya, clothes falling off, kicking off the shoes, kitty cat wig.
No.
I need that money, Frankie. I need that money. That money. Clear winner. I love this. This was so set up. I thought it was smart for her to block Shay. But can we just point out how Rue already knew that this Snatch Game episode was designed for Jinx and just played the other girls like they were just, they had, I don't see how the girls are comfortable with Jinx Monsoon in this competition, especially after Snatch Game. Rue could not wait to call Jinx Monsoon the winner of the episode. She was like, I have made my decision. Jinx, get your ass over right now. Right now, you're the winner. You're the winner. Here's money out of my account right now. Here you are. You want pins? I've got a bunch of them. You're the one. She couldn't wait. She was like, I've made my decision. Jinx.
He did it when the Vivian was coming down the runway. The Vivian. Hey, hurry up. Okay, the winner of Snatch Game, Jinx Monsoon.
Yes. She's like, hey,
I mean, to
Vivian,
be fair, Jinx absolutely deserved it. I mean, I wouldn't have hesitated either. I'm like, Jinx, bitch, you already know, like, get your ass up here.
I'm
like,
sure production woke everybody up and said, hey, it's Jinx episode today. Yeah, get up. Get up and get ready for Snatch Game. Yeah. And tonight you're gonna ask the prize, okay? Because tonight is Jinx night.
Last week was Shay. This week is Jinx. Hello, I gave y'all a schedule. So yeah. Mm-hmm. So and then like you said, how did you feel about her blocking Shay?
Smart. Very smart. Shay is definitely a fierce competitor in this competition, and I would have done the same thing.
Anyone who did not block Shay after last week's episode is clearly asleep. And I'm not talking about Jinx because you know she got narcolepsy, but anyone who did not block Shay, sleep.
Oh. So,
yeah. All right. Well, there we go. And we find out next week that is going to be, I don't remember what type of ball it is, but it's, what is it? The ball of balls? Not the ball of balls. I forgot how Ru phrased it, but it's a ball next week. So it's going to be a lot of designing, a lot of high-end garments, and I look forward to reviewing it with y'all.
Evie is going to
and y'all know it's going to probably be like 3 looks each because this is going to be an all-winter season. This is going to be great. My bets are absolutely on Shea Coulee. I don't even see anyone else, honestly. And Raja Shea, I wouldn't be surprised if they were in the top.
I'm not going to sleep on Jada either because her ball season, Jada did that. She was one of the standouts for her ball. Her and Gigi Good.
Oh, yeah.
Because remember, she made that soap sud ball moment, and then, So this may be time for Jada, too. I think a lot of the girls that haven't been getting it can come up now. So let's see what it's giving.
Yeah, let's see what it's giving.
I'm excited, but we'll talk to y'all then. Thank you guys so much for watching. Y'all want to plug your IGs? I know it's at the bottom, but just plug it so they can hear it.
Sure. You guys can follow me at iHeartLawrenceX3 on Instagram. Yeah.
Derek?
Yeah, what's up, ladies? It's the heteronormative ally on the show. You can follow me at Derek Dahmer, DerekDahmer. Do that until next week.
Gemma is a fat
Ladies, don't
charisma
forget
uniqueness
earlier
loving
in the
talent.
chat, like how he said that Evie Oddly was hot as hell. Ladies, don't forget that when you're following Derek Dahmer. Oh, DL, I'm sorry. DL Derek.
And you guys can
Derek.
follow me at The World According to Eric. Thank you guys so much for watching, and we will see y'all next week.
Bye.
Bye. We were rooting for Shay.
Period. We're all rooting for you, Shay.
Right. Oh my goodness.